Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics. Welcome to a new episode of New Arrivals. As always, Maiko behind the camera and me are both going through the store and we're both going to pick two guitars. And it's up to you to pick your favorite. Last week we had a beautiful 55 Les Paul that was a NAMM special edition in a platinum finish, and you chose that as your favorite for that week. So let's see what the store has in store for us this week, and let's dive right in. We have a 74 Gibson. This is an L5, but then you would say it's too thin. It's an L5S, standing for slim. So we just found out the S is actually standing for solid instead of slim. So it's a solid body L5, so inspired on an L5, though it looks completely different if you ask me. Really cool design here. I don't know if the original L5 had that, but quite a weight to it. So if you like L5s but also like solid body guitars with some weight, maybe this is for you. 74, pretty good condition with the gold hardware everywhere. It matches the cream binding as well. Pretty interesting guitar. Mississippi Delta, shining like a national guitar. There we are. This is a square neck, so it's not up to me to play this, but what we have here is a Tricone Style 2 square neck from the year 1929. Always cool to see these vintage Nationals. I've never noticed before that the tuning pegs are upward facing on these. Yep. Of course, because it's probably on your lap, so it's logical, but never noticed that until now. Pretty flowers. Hello. Maybe we can get Adrian to play this. He can get the most beautiful sounds out of these instruments. The blue Martin case, so probably 70s. A D18 from 78. 70s Martin, still a little bit affordable in the vintage acoustic guitar realm. Good condition, I don't see any cracks or anything. So this one has the mid-range characteristic of a D18. It's lacking some bass, so it's not my favorite D18. Could be the perfect guitar for you, of course. So a few weeks ago there was a vintage guitar show. The guitar show in Veenendaal, was it? Yep. And there were a few of our fellows that went over there to sell some guitars, to showcase some guitars. But they actually brought home more guitars than they went out with. And the cases that I'm collecting right now are basses, because they made a deal and they bought some incredible vintage Fender basses. Let's showcase them. Let's start over here. A 65p bass in a candy apple red. Ooh. Over gold. I don't know if that was usual. But it's really shining through. It is a sort of a metallic-y looking candy apple red. I don't know every detail about these basses, so what is original, what isn't. We'll definitely dive into that, but look at this, man. For the bass players out there, I know we don't show them a lot on the New Arrivals, but here is the love for the vintage basses. Then over here we have a 66, also a P bass, now in Olympic white. This is my favorite color combination on P basses. So the tortoise guard with a Olympic white finish that's turned slightly yellowish. I really like this. So I believe this one is still an L series. It is. So probably early 65. This one is after the CBS takeover. Then the last one here is a 66, another 66 P bass in a three-tone sunburst. So they have to be from the same collector. They are in almost the same state, at least those two 66 P basses. Really good condition. So this is quite a special day. We don't see a lot of vintage basses, so having three 60s Fenders here is just really cool. We might do a bass episode today. What about it, Maiko?
We might.
I think this is the most special out of them. So I don't know if this was standard production for Kenny Apple Red during this period, but there is a gold metallic undercoat under the Kenny Apple Red, which is so cool. So an L Series P bass, Kenny Apple Red. Let's just go. We'll have to find someone to demo this because we are not bass players, but we'll find someone. So let's plug it in.
Alright guys, so we have a spring sale now at the TFOA with up to 35% discounts on your favorite brands like Eastman, Gibson, Fender and a bunch more. So check it out.
A little bit shorter, more to the point please.
Okay, so spring sale at TFOA. Up to 35% discounts on your favorite brands like Eastman.
Shorter.
Sale!
So, new week. I get to choose 2 more guitars which you get to enjoy to watch and hear, and I'm going to show you a bunch more. Milo already showed you a few, so let's not wait any longer and just see what these beautiful new cases have for us in store this week. I'm just going to start over here because this is coming straight fresh from the Czech factory, which is next door. It is actually our luthier Erwin who sets up every guitar before they come into the store, which I think is a perk. We do that to every guitar that comes in. I had a little bit of a sneak peek when Milo was already checking these guitars. Do we know this person? Sam is actually a very, very good singer and guitarist from the Netherlands, playing in the Live de Leeuw band. There are some few cool demos of them both, and well, he actually is deciding to let one of his beauties go, which is a Kalamazoo. I was gonna say guitar. It's a guitar, it's a tenor guitar. If you're unfamiliar with this, I'm also a little bit. It's got like an LOO styled body. So the tuning is actually, it's in fifths, so that's the same as a mandolin or a violin. And this beauty is from 1938. It's got the original sticker in there in good condition by Gibson Inc. Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's a very specific sound. It could be an ideal tool if you own a studio or if you're a studio playing guitarist who wants a very unique sound, because it's also very affordable for vintage wise. I think it's 1,600 euros. Gold top or vintage cream?
Gold.
Gold. Let's go gold. This is a beautiful Fano SP6, and we actually did a bit of an item on Fano. We made a dedicated video about their history, but their history has also changed in the recent months. If you want to know what that's about, you should check out our Git News episode of last month. We actually discussed the fact that Dennis Fano and Novo, they've basically started to merge again. Dennis Fano being the guy who invented Fano guitars. Woo! Nice. Very, very cool SP6 Alto Facto with a telly bridge, P90 in the neck, and a Bixby. That is very cool. Very nice aging on this guitar as well, front to back. The buckle wear. Actually, one of our colleagues, Rowdy, he played a Alto Facto, I think it was an SP6 as well, right? Same configuration, beautiful. I think it was a blue one. So we've actually decided to move into this room where Bill awaits us, because there's a bit of a commotion cleaning up our offices on the other side. But I just wanted to show you this beautiful 1951 Gibson L7. Check that out. I think we all have a player in mind when we see this guitar, and you actually really liked him, the Don from downstairs. Beautiful, beautiful jazz player who might be able to get some nice notes out of this one. It's got a nice flame on the back. So this 51 L7 has got the usual check marks of a guitar at that age. And the previous owner also decided that this guitar is going to be eternally renowned for his or her name. So if you have any suggestions on who RM might have been, please let us know down in the comments. That's actually pretty cool. I did not see that yet. The L7 being stamped there in the head plate. I've never seen that actually. So very, very cool guitar. And yeah, I really like these kind of old arch tops. So I think this is going to be my first choice actually. Let's take it downstairs and see what she sounds like.
A white case.
Very wide case.
What could it be? Another vintage Gibson. There are a lot of vintage Gibsons the last few weeks. We have a 63 Gibson Birdland. Wow.
That looks
What
new.
happened to this pickguard?
Except for the pickguard.
Yeah, everything looks really new, other than the pickguard. Maybe we just don't look at this. But wow, in a stunning condition. Again, with the what do we call this?
The Olympic Flame.
Olympic Flame. So it's no Olympic Flame.
Oh.
Those are flowers, Maiko. You should know.
Yep.
Definitely flowers. So a really wide Gibson archtop, wide and slim hollow body. There are so many nice guitars to choose from this week. The i30 LC in a jet black. In my opinion, the jet black is the coolest finish that the Collings makes right now. So this is the aged version of the i30 LC. As you can see, some small weather checking here and there. It's not over the top aging. Of course, a 330 model, which is a segue to tell you that we have a 330 video out that you can watch right now. The comparison of all sorts of different 60s and 70s maybe, or only 60s Gibson 330s, which was really nice to compare them. Slightly smaller than a 330, really, really high quality as we're used to from Collings, in a beautiful jet black finish. Amazing guitar. This is why we taped the stand in white tape, to not show it on the pictures. Maybe sometimes you get a glimpse of it, but we try our best. We have a vintage Epiphone. This one is a Zephyr. Nice. So this is a 54, a beautiful natural finish, with a mini humbucker, I presume. Cool knobs. I like that a lot. Also in really good condition, quite a big-bodied archtop, quite heavy as well. It's got some really nice appointments. It's a good look. Vintage Epiphones, especially the archtops, are quite popular nowadays, and this is a really good one. So if it's for you, shoot us a message. A vintage D28. This is a 58. Check that out. Whoa, that's really lightweight.
Oh, that's almost D18 light.
58, so we have Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Looks really nice. I like how the binding turned yellowish. Yeah, what can I say? I'm quite blown away by this guitar. I would say this one sounds even better than a certain 37 D28 we played a while ago. Man, yeah, this has to be my second choice. This is probably one of the best D28s I've ever played in my life. What a full sound. I find some D28s can be quite stiff to play. I'm not really a heavy bluegrass player, so if you don't have that sort of weight to your playing, it's sometimes hard, I find, to get a good tone out of a D28. This one doesn't have that at all. It doesn't need anything just to sing and open up. Amazing. Yeah, my second choice. So let's put it in front of a microphone.
Milo always leaves the Taylor guitars to me because apparently, according to him, I'm a Taylor boy. I have been to Taylor guitars, which could be why. This is actually interesting because it's a 90s one. Ooh, that is actually very pretty. This is the XXV. I'm honestly not sure which this one is, but it's a limited one. A DR. So this is number 43 of 500 that were made. Very interesting figuring on this piece of mahogany here. Spruced up. And look at the inlay. So we've actually been these smartasses and didn't think about the Roman numerals that were on here because XSV.
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, we've cracked the Da Vinci Code. It's actually 25, so this was the 25th anniversary model. I don't know, this guitar feels very un-Taylorish to me actually. Beautiful binding on the side of the fretboard here. It sounds very different to me than a regular Taylor Dreadnought model. The weight and size of this is far more a resemblance of a traditional Dreadnought. I do still think I hear a little bit of the Taylor sound in there, so it's definitely not something like your old Gibsons or Martin or anything. Because of the fact that this was a limited model, I think that the previous owner actually took really great care of it, because you could have fooled me and told me it was a 50th anniversary, which was last year. So Milo behind the camera actually left a few beauties for me. I'm gonna take them out of here, show you them real quickly in the room next door, so that our lovely colleague Eva can keep making beautiful pictures for all of you. Starting off, I'm gonna show you this D41 from 1989. This is actually a limited edition, because this was at the time that they were not doing every guitar with Brazilian anymore, but this one in insane condition actually. It's got a beautiful set of Brazilian on there. It's very light. Some of the Brazilian is very dark reddish, but the figuring on it is beautiful.
It's got two eyes.
It's got two eyes. It'll look at you. The sticker on the inside actually told me that this is the 20th anniversary of the D41. First seen probably in '69 then. Beautiful design. And this is actually number 10 of 31. So only 31 of these guitars were made in 1989. It's the first one I've seen from this series ever here. I mean, there's 31 in the world, so what are the odds? But I'm really curious to see if there are any other of that series that are in this condition, because it looks like brand new. And the D stands for deep on this guitar. It's a very deep sounding, beautiful instrument. I will keep it in mind, but I just want to have a little bit of another view at the other guitars. So as you can tell by the case, which is beautiful, it's a very stylish case. This must be from a handcrafted builder. And you are correct. The name is Andy Manson, an English luthier, as far as we know, residing in Portugal. And he hand builds beautiful, interesting guitars. This one with a beautiful quilted maple back and side. Some bear claw in the spruce that's on the top. And this guitar is really, really light as a feather. Actually, now that I'm seeing this, I'm pretty sure that he lives in Portugal because his home address is actually written on the label on the inside. That is pretty cool. So if you ever want to visit him, you should buy this guitar. So whether you like these kind of guitars or not, we were just discussing this off camera. Of course, this is not for every player out there, but you have to acknowledge the way that this is built. It's beautifully done. It's just these little details like a fretboard being sawn in half to match the contour of the body over here, or to show a little bit more of this edge. Yeah, it plays like a dream. It plays the way that it looks. The setup on it it's perfect. It makes you play really comfortably, really smoothly, and honestly, I think it sounds very nice. It's a very interesting guitar. Andy Manson, everybody, check him out. We tend to choose a lot of Martin and Gibsons in here, but I mean, that's what we get. We get a lot of beautiful guitars from the old ones, the new ones, and out of all of these guitars that I've played, honestly, I think my favorite was that D41, the Martin D41 from '89. So let's go downstairs to check that out. Alright everyone, that was this week's new arrivals. Please leave your comment on which of these guitars is your favorite, and we should all know that we have a sale going on our website, so you can check out that. We have a lot of discounts, I think up to 35% on a bunch of guitars, amps, you name it. You can check it all out on tfoa.eu. Yeah, I hope to see you again next time. I hope Milo does as well.
Milo.
Yes, the robot does as well. So, see you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.